Welcome along to Parabolical eSports. This is round 18 in Canada this week for some Premier League action. I hope everyone's doing well. Of course, you all know my voice, and joining us in the comms box again this week, we've got Sly Guy. Welcome along, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, good, I guess. What?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Ready for this one again then? It was such a pleasure to have you. It's such a pleasure to have you here the last time. Had to do it again. So, Canada, a track you like?
No one likes it. Anyone who says they like it is lying. Honestly, it is the most RNG based track on the game, with pens upon pens upon pens for anyone. Quite literally, does not matter if you're top level of the game or a complete noob. You're bound to just get penalty after penalty because of how harsh it is on track limits, especially through what we think in the middle, the second and the middle sector chicanes, the final chicane as well, and the first chicane of I'm pretty sure turns either 3 or 4 or 4 and 5. It is such a hard track to get a good balance on. So anyone who can do good around here, definitely going to be in a good place for the race as well, because it's going to be dictated on pens. There's no other way around it.
Absolutely. I think, well, when you see turns 3 and 4, for me it's hitting that wall coming out of 4. so easy to touch it, just same as the Wall of Champions. And again, it's another one of these tracks against, well, just like all of them, you just kind of drive, well, I kind of drive it on a, even with a slightest bit of damage, So yeah, if you can.
That's just this game. This game's hard for damage, even with the tiniest bit of damage, you still just understeer like a boss.
Quickly into comments. Your Champions League rival Links there in the comments. Hello, Links. I hope you're well.
Links, go away.
I guess we were waiting for Equaz, but he hasn't seemed to shown up, so we'll just get the lads to ready up. Yeah, we've got the disco going again in the chat. We can get on with this one then. So, I don't know where he is this week. It's very unlike him. Now, I'm going to quickly see, is he online? It is after half past, so the guys know to go. And whoever's stopping that. Oh, you've got to love it. You've got to love it. Take it everyone isn't watching the stream as yet. There we go. There we go then. So 14 corners. It's about 1 minute 9 on average for some of these guys, I should say, especially in this division.
100%. I doubt we'll see anyone getting into 107s as a whole in any division.
Oh, definitely. Good evening there, Ariel. Of course, Ariel, one of 3 reserves we're having this evening. The 2 Alpine drivers are Senna and Ariel, of course, both League 2 drivers. And Shadaz is in Alfa Romeo this week. So I think Shadaz wants to drive every division this weekend. So, well, I mean, he's in 3 of the leagues full-time anyway, so why not? Nah, he's a class driver. Evening, Tommy. Ariel, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm not disappointed to be in the comms box, but I was looking forward to racing this one as well. So you get the pleasure of my voice this evening. Well, yeah, I just
Trust
quickly
me,
get
by the end
that.
of this one, you'll be happy that you aren't racing. Trust me, by the amount of pens, you will be over the moon that you got given this job.
I do see a car exiting the pits there now. Who is it? It is, of course, Ariel. Shadaz is goated. Oh, he's the goat. Excuse me, I've just had a pizza. Yeah, no, he's a proper gent. He's a proper gent, is Shadaz. Yeah, we're going to Alpine of Ariel to start off. So while he's on his out lap, so do you want to run through the tables and standings as we stand with only 3 races left, including this one?
Something I've noted at the top of the championship, Teresa needs to outscore Max by 24. So we're basically saying yes to win every single race for the rest of the season to be able to win the championship. So, you know, we basically have to see Teresa winning and Max not even finishing inside the points for the rest of the season, which, you know, is very unlike Max. So, you know, expect that to not happen. Tango, on the other hand, has to outscore Max by 15 to stay within a chance of the championship. This is not including countback, by the way, because obviously I haven't been able to go through all of that. And then Mercedes need to outscore McLaren by 31 to get the constructors this weekend. So it's an interesting one going into Canada, where it's all down to luck.
So thank you very much for that, mate. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's your lowdown things to keep an eye out for tonight. So what we'll do is, I was just about to jump on, well, I did jump on board with Ariel, but he's just invalidated. So we'll find someone else next. Is that his teammate?
His teammate's up next, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll jump on board with Senna. Senna, I like to think, is going to be around about this kind of level next season, maybe the division below. But I'm very interested to see what Senna can do in this division as he comes through their turns. That's turn 5 there. Again, it's... no, I was wrong, sorry. That was far too far back. So he's coming in 8 and 9 now. Got to get a good exit to carry your momentum down to the hairpin at the end here. Turns 10. Well, I'm saying this is turn 10, the big hairpin, and then this little kink here, they've given it as turn 11. I know the numbers, I don't know the names, sorry. So DRS activated, he comes down the back straight. Of course, tucking it as far left as you can to open this chicane up, to go through, avoiding the wall of champions as we know. And I think you just let up and let yourself coast through there to put a benchmark board of a 109.9. That's a good benchmark, that, from the League 2 driver. Well, the League 2 driver, champion-elect at this moment. He is leading the way. We'll quickly jump on board now as we're seeing other drivers start the laps. Ariel looks like he's invalidated again. So Tree Slayer just missed him by 2/100ths there. He's jumped to the top of the scoreboard. So again, very close. Is that Bradfield? Coming up, so no, we've got a Ferrari now of Starburst. Again, Starburst just he's a very solid driver this season, Starburst, as he goes P3 with a 1:10.1. There has been a couple of tracks this season where he's really shone and come out, surprised a few drivers, as Sweet MJP puts his banker in of 1:10.3. Quickly in the comments, Paige, oh no, not more Kieran on comms. Oh, Paige, how could you possibly say that? That's shocking behaviour. As Immortal saying hello, Keza, hello mate. We're good. Well, I certainly am. As he's got another goat symbol there. I'm just navigating my way through the grid to see who's next. And I'm not going to get there quick enough. There we go. So it is Bradfield starting his lap. Right, so we'll have a look at board. We'll do a lap with the trialist admin, shall we? See how he's going to navigate this. Well, it's a park, isn't it? It's in the park with Jacques Villeneuve. Oh God, links, however, that's a lot of words there for me to read, mate. I'm going to try to show Bradfield. So he's coming to the end of the second DRS zone, the short one. Hate them both. He's seeing Keza going very wide on the exit there, just picking up a bit of grass. Bradfield in the bottom 3 of the league, so he needs to grab himself some points quick, sharp. And he's going to be finding himself down a division. So we're coming up the bit of traffic in Senna there, but gets past him well. Gets his DRS open. And like I say, he's going to come and brake roughly about the 50-metre board, swing it in. He didn't invalidate there. I thought he might have invalidated, but he's gone through okay. And he's going to set his first time of a 1:9.7. That's a very decent time there from Bradfield. You see Plotters, he's jumped ahead. Oh, and he just there. That's what I mean. Out of turn 3 and 4 there. Out of turn 4, he's just smashed the side of that wall. So easy done. Senna improved on his second time there with a 1:9.6. So as you can see, very much this kind of pace. Early doors is Senna. A little further down, Theo in the 1:10s, Dylan in the 1:10s as his Starburst. Ariel has put a time in of a 1:10.4. As I'm seeing all these letters, what they're saying. It's very annoying how Canada, Monaco will decide most championships this season. They're both crap tracks.
That's factual.
Yeah, I definitely spotted the Monaco fact at the start of the season. I didn't necessarily take Canada into account.
Tommy's invalidated his first tire.
I was just about to jump on with him, so we'll jump on board with the Red Bull of Liam as he comes through Sector 1 with a 19.3. Again, that's showing up a purple. Yeah,
I've seen so far.
It did show purple. Very, very much so one of the drivers that can put a pole position time in.
I think the thing is everyone can though.
Yeah,
that's the thing about this division. It's actually too close.
Yeah, very, very close. Yeah, like I said,
you literally see top 4 separated by what 600, 700s. It's crazy.
You've got the top 4 so far within 700s there, haven't you? It's going to be super close. This again, very attacking that first part of the chicane there, and Liam goes P6 with that 200th of a second ahead of Bradfield. Yeah, it's very, very much the case going to be as close. There you go, a 19.3. 7-0 from Tommy.
He loses the back end. So that's going to ruin his entire run down this straight. Can go again. 0.5. We're definitely going to be looking at absolute worst. Probably. And
Cowie goes. Cowie just goes there.
Everyone's just improving and improving the more laps they put in. That's the thing, when you do your first couple of laps, you're just looking to not invalidate. You're not pushing on the edge. Because of how crazy Canada is, you're going to see so many people not set as good of lap times as they really can in Q1. Because they're too scared to invalidate.
So we've got another yellow for there. Yellow flag's building up at that hairpin now. Oh, 100%, mate. Just want to have a quick look at the times as Tommy comes across the line, and he's going to go just P10 for this moment. As you can see, only 3 drivers now in the 110s. So no one's safe at this moment. Yeah.
I'm saying Cowie and Tango are definitely safe with their 0.5s. But even then, you can never call it because already, like, the top 9 are separated by, what, 0.2 exactly? It's crazy.
without a doubt. We're going to jump on board now with Menace Max as he's coming through to complete sector 1. There you go, that's a 19.4. So he's about 7/10 behind Tommy's first sector split, so he's got a little bit of time to make up. And like you say, that just 7/100ths of a second is going to be so massive, especially now that the guys are starting to find the feet. And it's so close. It's going to be so close who goes out here. Might be a few names you're surprised going out in Q1.
Like Tommy's in a risky position. Max is in a risky position, looking down on Tommy's times actually. So, you know, we've seen the top two in the championship. You know, almost seem to struggle in Q1.
Very close to invalidation. Max only goes P10 ahead of Tommy there with a 198. So again, I'm sure he's pulled out of this lap for the Red Bull of Liam to go past, and he's invalidated anyway. So is that Jake the Slayer? Shadow knows he's still to put a time in on the board. Ariel invalidated again. He's really pushing the track limits, trying to find where you can gain a bit of time. Still 6.5 minutes on my screen for left in Q1, sorry. I'm just having a look. Dylan, he's put 3 laps on his first one. So a lot of drivers getting the times in, getting the practice in. As you can see,
you do just have to. This is almost like Monaco. It's nothing like it in practice track-wise, but you do have to get in the flow to set any decent sort of lap times. So by concept, it's so similar, but the track layout is completely different. So it's going to be weird. It's definitely going to be those who can get their eye in, get their foot in the earlier parts of quality that are going to reap the rewards. We might see a few shock names out in Q1, maybe Q2, depending on what they try.
Absolutely. As I looking at the leaderboard there, a bit of a shock. 7 laps Treasley has put in 10 minutes. You know, so he's really getting the fuel on board and getting the practice in. Senna has invalidated. Has retired from the session. He did that in the pit.
Goes ahead of Max and Tommy.
Yeah,
so
Tommy.
This is only putting those two under more pressure, as Max is on another lap right now and Tommy's on his out lap. So going to be so close.
It is early doors. You wouldn't have expected these two drivers to feel the need to get back out of. I mean, this could be this is a 3rd lap for Max, and he's he's 2/10 up on this lap. So
which is crazy. I think that would put him almost like P3 people.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. Slowing it right down for that chicane. Seems to be a different line this year for me. There you go. Let's put him P2.
Exactly.
Just under.
You get your eye in. You have the confidence to be able to fly around the track, and you find so much time. Whereas Tommy's 2.5 tenths down at the moment. So each side of the championship having 2 different coins to flip, and one's gone to P2, one's staying in P12 for the time being.
So we're looking on for Tommy now. He's coming round the hairpin, and he's gonna come up the back. Knows he had to go again up on Mr. Mercedes, so that might be Tango starting. As Johnny says, well. Aye, well. As Ariel is out the session, he's retired in the pits.
No, he hasn't actually on my screen.
He hasn't?
On my screen, he's parked on the start-finish straight. He's there at the Hall of Champions.
Right, I thought he'd entered the pit and retired.
On my screen, at least, he was.
We're going to have a look.
You know, in the middle of the start-finish straight without a front right tyre. But now he's gone. So
there's his tyre there. No. Well, his car's gone, but there's a tyre right in the middle of the track there, as we rode on board with Jake the Slayer. So, well, Ariel currently the bottom of the drivers to set a time, so he had nothing to lose really. Is that a Geordie accent? He says. It is, Johnny, mate. It certainly is.
Tommy just can't set a lap time in a competitive lap. He's always down on his laps while they're in the middle sector.
Nosy back into the
thinking,
pits.
what, at most is 2 laps to go, so he'll probably take a recharge lap next lap and go again in the last minute of the session.
Wow, Knowlesy's put a couple of invalidated laps in and he's come into the pits and retired. Ah, yeah.
Run out of fuel, not having enough time to go back out.
Yeah. As we're seeing yellow flags for a Ferrari. We're on board with Jake the Slayer. He's the only driver still needing to put a time in. And through that final chicane, you can see that tyre there of Ariel's car. But it's a slow time from Jake the Slayer. He stays at the... Now he's at the bottom of the drivers. Where am I from? Well, I'm from the other side of the water from North... from Airwalls, and I'm from South Shields.
Bradfield's going fastest by 2 tenths.
Wow, Bradfield's gone P1. Whoa,
exactly,
what's going on?
Over 2 tenths, that's crazy.
What is
I don't
going
know if
on?
that's track evolution or what, but on my screen it says he's used 2 sets of tyres. I don't know if that's completely true.
Yeah, I'm seeing 2 laps on his, but I'll not bring the director up just yet. Bradfield, get the tissues out, you don't want the nosebleed. Yeah, I'm too busy. Too busy looking at the bottom. He is. I'm seeing yellow flags as well. Again for Ferraris. Starburst is invalidated. His teammate pot stuff. He's just put a pair. No pace, can't do anything, says Tommy. Yep.
Crazy. That's completely out of character for him.
So that's his qualifying session done, and being in P12, he's in danger. Can it lie?
Pretty much.
So we'll have a look.
Shadows can't do another lap. Starburst
down
on his lap.
Is
Argentina
invalidated.
is up in sector 1 though, but I think he should be safe considering the amount of people that won't be able to improve / won't be able to do laps.
Starburst has been able to set another time. There's no checkered flag yet.
Oh yeah, nice timing glitch. I keep on forgetting that happens.
As Carl says, can he join this league? You certainly can. I tell you what, we'll whack the Discord in for you there. Oh, there you go, Ariel already done it. So did Keza. If you want to join, Bradfield will get in touch with you and we'll get you through all that. Right, so checkered flag is fallen. Sweet MJP is going to cross the line. He's going to come, he's currently 14th. Can he knock Tommy down? No, he was down on his time. So Sweet MJP is in danger. So Shaddaz, he's pulled right off the side. So it's only... Well, that's... No.
Starburst.
That's it. It's done. Starburst is safe. Don't smash into the wall, mate. You're safe.
Liam's out through the final chicane. He's absolutely pushing it, but invalidates. Almost spins out. So, Liam could have been on for fastest time there if he didn't make that mistake in the final chicane. So, you know, he's definitely going to be a sleeper going into Q2 and 3. The only problem is the delta between the 2 compounds, I have it exactly right here, is 0.441. So we're basically going to be seeing who has, you know, just over 4.5 tenths to what P10. No one has that. So unless you're expecting loads of people to try and do the mediums, no one's going to be able to do it.
Yeah. And this is this a 2-stop for you, mate?
This is 100% a 2-stop track. As I've written down here, the rear tyre wear is so bad around here, and so you genuinely do need to run either massively higher wings, and you're gonna have to 2-stop. I can tell you personally, I think I'm running either 711 or 811 wings, just to protect those rear tyres, but you still need to 2-stop. and it's definitely going to be soft medium, or maybe even soft medium, which is why we're going to see like those who are risking the mediums almost throwing away their race if they can't get through on them, because in the second medium stint they're going to have to use used mediums. So it's a massive risk because the two stop definitely the better race strategy. From what I've learned, I'm pretty sure pit stop round is only like 14 seconds, 15 seconds, and the extra grip that you get it's insane. So the two stop is definitely superior to the one, especially considering how bad the hards are, being 1.325 slower than the softs.
Oh.
And 0.883 slower than the mediums. It's just not a good tire.
Oh, goodness me. Definitely.
I've written down the data exactly.
No, that's class, mate. Honestly, that's great.
Straight away, though, Liam or Dylan, one of them straight out the pits. Liam straight out on the mediums.
Oh, whoa. Get them.
Very early. But also at the same time, we have one of the AlphaTauris on the softs, though. This one being Tree Slayer. So straight away, first minute of quali, we're already seeing split strategies.
Yes. Definitely, especially the guys going straight out on the mediums. You see if they're committed. I mean, obviously the sun's shining and you want to get out at the best possible time for track temperature and all that stuff. And for me, if you're going on mediums, you give it a couple of minutes at least, especially to see what the rest.
Personally, you would want to do a soft run on the used set of tyres and purposefully invalidate.
Yeah.
That way you have a delta, and that way you know what track grip is like between Q1 and Q2. Although there's not much of a change, there is a change.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked to see anyone out on medium straight away, but that might just be my sweat lifestyle influencing how I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
So with Tango, Liam, Sweet, Pot Stuff, all out on the mediums. We have plotters in the pit lane on the medium selected. Same with Starburst and Max. So already we're looking at split strategy, and it's first run in Q1. It's gonna be interesting. Liam going down to turn 1 now. Actually hits the apex quite nicely. Same with turn 2. Riding the curb a little bit, but that does send you wide. He does keep it in third gear. Good traction. Able to keep the car straight. Trucks it into the chicane fourth gear. Keeps it short shifts 5. Over revving the engine a tiny bit, but 19.3 for first sector on mediums, that is really good. Short shifting 4th and then 5th through here, which is exactly what I would do. So he knows his stuff straight away. Down this short straight, going up to about 11,900 RPM, getting through the chicane 4th and then 5th. Now this short run here, this is gonna just set you up mentally for the hairpin, and then after you get a good run out the hairpin, you're just kind of praying that you have a good final chicane. Sadly, he doesn't get the best of exits from the hairpin. That's going to cost him the whole way down the straight. With the DRS enabled now, he's just going to be running down to the chicane. Now you're just praying that you don't invalidate, because that's all this lap's laying on. As he turns in too early, invalidates, exactly what I said.
Oh, mate.
That's completely cost him. As we see, that's only a 9.8, so we're looking at maybe a 9.4 for him. If he was on the softs, maybe even pushing a 9.3, but he invalidated in the final chicane, and that's this and next lap invalidated him. So who knows if he's going to have enough fuel to go again on this same set, or if he's going to have to come into the pits, refuel and go again, maybe later on in the session if he wants to do the mediums.
I'll give you a little bit of trivia with regarding Liam. He wears a VR headset and cockpit cam. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. He wears a VR headset and uses a cockpit cam. He had everyone flabbergasted when he had to post a bit of footage up, and there he was in the bottom corner. Oh, that was crazy, man. Because we know how good he is. He's so consistent. Like you said, he knows what he's doing. It's crackers, isn't it? We're missing all the times because I can't say who we're on, but we're going to come back round to Liam because he's in the pits.
He's just coming to the pits. Yeah.
But yeah, it is pretty mad. That Cowie, he's invalidated. There you go. blows you, it does, doesn't it? Blows your mind.
Durbo's 4/10 of his teammate, both of them on the mediums along with Tango. So, it's interesting because Dylan and Senna are only two in the top five, you know, the top five that have set a lap yet on the softs. So again, the split of strategies is going to be so crucial, and with the chance of invalidating being so high, you do need your first lap to count. Otherwise, you're gonna be wasting the tire life of the tire you're starting on.
Which is what I've just noticed there about Tango. He set a time on the mediums of a 1:11. Now, is that a bit of a wasted lap for you?
That is a wasted lap, unless he's willing to try 2 sets of softs in the race.
Yeah.
Max, you know, a tenth off pot nice English, off pot stuff on the mediums, both of them. So we're almost seeing the championship protagonists struggle for, you know, pace in quali, which, you know, it's shocking, to be completely honest. Not shocking as in bad, but almost mind-boggling.
What I am finding a little bit shocking here that every driver I'm going on to is invalidated. What's going on, guys?
They're all trying too hard to set the lap time because Q2 matters the most. You know, because if you're trying to get through on the mediums, you know, you want to do one fast lap. But the problem is it has to be one and fast.
We're going to have a look. Max's second lap. This is obviously, well, you've got to think this is an in-lap.
Yeah, no, it is 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because he's not using ERS, 100% is doing that.
So
you can tell because he's already a minute, and he's coming through the second straight.
Liam again, straight in, back out. So yeah, that tells me he was carrying very little fuel. So he knows. And he's about to go again.
Softs.
So as Liam gets himself. Who's your co-commentator? Says Ruthless Venom. Well, it's the one and only Sly Guy, my good man.
So 1300s off pole, but on 3 lap old. Sorry, 13,000s off pole, but on 3 lap old softs. Those are gonna already be about 10%. And this is exactly what I mean. You don't want to be starting on old tires, but it's such a good lap. As Plotters is out in the Wall of Champions as well.
Oh, no way.
If we cut to Argentina, you can just see him.
Where is he?
Or Bradfield actually now coming through the final chicane if you need to see it.
Yeah, we're on board there with Bradfield. He's straight ahead there. Oh, he's took a...
Yeah.
He's flew right off.
Inside.
Oh.
Now will we see Bradfield's lap invalidated for not slowing down under double yellows?
Oh,
get a free place
put him off. Yeah, we're on board for who's next, and so Cowie. So for me, I mean, still 7 minutes left. If you're Cowie, are you back in for a fresh set of tyres to try to beat the time you've just set? Yeah,
100%. You can't start on 3 lap old softs. I mean, he's probably only put in 2 flyers of those 3 laps. Yeah, the first lap, and then he didn't push too hard on the second one. But even then, 2 flying laps on a set of softs, those are going to be hard to race on. You know, softs can probably at most do around 11 laps. He's going to be able to do like 8.
Oh, look at that. That's a great time there from Argentina. Talk about getting your eye in. 109.2 there, 0.3 quicker than Senna. Got to fancy that to get him through. Senna, that one obviously missed. And Cowie, the top 3 on softs. Tommy puts a time in of a 109.9. He's on soft, but as you can see, he's sandwiched in between the medium runners. He's struggling a bit.
This is exactly what I'm saying. Max on 4 lap old mediums. I don't.
Is Cowie seeing he's using his...
come in and go again on the softs? You're not going to start on 4 lap old mediums.
Yeah, absolutely. Cowie saying he's using his Q1 set, so he's definitely
that must explain it then. Yeah. And you know, that Q1 set's going to be probably around 0.3 slower, so we could probably see him match Argentina, if not go faster.
Yeah. I think. Argentina, like a couple of seasons ago, was well up there at the top. I mean, he could have won the Premier League, although it was League One at the time. But work pulled him away, so he hasn't been up there regular this season, but we know he's got the time in him now. But we also know there's more time to come. Yeah, I mean, then so Tommy again, another lap he's going for. Gotta think he's
kept it committed through there.
Yeah, he is. Liam goes up a position ahead of Tommy there. But again, 4 laps on them mediums.
In sector 1. That's actually a really good sector 1, 19.2s.
Yeah, I can see, as we're saying, well, Bradfield, he's onto a set of softs. Tango, yeah, he's moved onto a set of softs. So, this is telling me what a soft, medium, soft.
Yeah,
100%. For some of these drivers, especially if they're using the Q.
Up though.
So jumped off.
Match Cowie or Senna.
So we're having a look on board at this moment with Tango. He's gone for it on his softs. Oh, quickly, sorry, we'll jump on to Tommy.
He doesn't know, so it's good.
He needs this.
Avoids the soft tyre. Keeps the shortest run down to the line.
There you go. P2
only
for
10th
Tommy.
of Argentina. He's finally found the pace, but the only thing is, that's now 3 lap old softs. This is the exact same problem we had with Cowie, except these probably aren't his Q1 set.
Yeah, and
so we're in the exact same predicament, except with a different driver now. The thing is, Cowie now has to improve, so he's under pressure to improve. They're under pressure for those who are not expecting.
I mean, what they're hoping for. I thought they would get drivers really attacking that first part of the chicane. Theo, though, he can only go P11 at the moment, so he's gambled on the. Yeah, he's gambling on the medium tyres. This being his 3rd lap. There's Bradfield now.
3 lap old mediums. He is 3 tenths up though in sector 1.
Yeah. Stayed on board with Theo.
That's nowhere near good enough to move him up. He has to be 7 tenths faster to get up into P10 alone, so. And this is going to be his last lap he'll be able to do in the session as his fuel light starts flashing.
Alright, it's just came on in it, so he's 9.5 though.
Yeah.
So he holds this, he's currently P9. And we've got Sweet MGP on softs behind him. Tango's going to be coming round. Won't get any better than that. Well, Tommy will be settled for that at the minute, mate. So Theo pushing it, and that's just over a second. That's P7 for Theo. So he's hoping that's going to be good enough. So who we got next? Tango. He's going to be. Was it Tree Slayer? No. Tango. What can he do? He's gone to the soft tyres, and you're expecting it to be up there, and it is. It's P3 for Tango.
Cowie as well, going through sector 1 now on his soft lap.
Tree Slayer though, look at that. With a 109.6 on the mediums, puts himself P7 as well. Oh, Cowie spun.
Cowie might have cost himself here. He was purple through sector 1. And he's now cost himself, because if he can't cool down the rears and go again on this set, he's got to be starting on that Q2, on the Q1 set.
He's got a minute and a half on my screen.
This is why I always say invalidate your Q1 set lap. This is why you never set a valid Q1 set lap. Because if he has to start the race on those tyres, they're going to be 15%. There's no point in starting on them. He'll only get 6 laps out of them, of the maximum 13 you can get out of softs if you completely blow them up at the end.
I'm understanding that a bit better. I know what you mean now. Don't set that time. Alpha Tauri now, Sweet MGP. There's also Plotter's wheels there, and he goes P1 with a 109.1. That's a 10th ahead of Argentina. That's a great little time as well from Sweet MGP. So Starburst T's nearly through. Bradfield's invalidated, so he has to go get noise in. So he's out in Q2. Liam has just come through and he is up. But again, with that spin, an extra lap, that's a little bit of tyre wear obviously on them tyres. So this is the lap he needs to get it done, because the checkered flag's going to start falling in a second. He's coming down the back straight now. Yellow flags.
Validated again.
No, says Bradfield, unfortunately. That's the gamble you take.
It's a great lap though from Liam.
It is, isn't it? And it gets him into P10.
Dylan not going to be able to improve starburst either, the same with Bradfield.
Yeah,
Cowie's
so
going to be punching himself here, because he's in P8, but he's going to be starting on that Q1 set. He's going to be starting on a completely worn-out set of tyres of at minimum done 3 flying laps, the cool-down lap. But
so, hoping for an early safety car to do a medium.
100%.
Yeah.
Maybe even a medium soft, if we ignore the first starting set of softs.
Yeah.
Softs at most can do 13 laps. I can tell you that from a cheeky spreadsheet. And mediums can do 20, and by spreadsheet I mean F1 2021 on my PC. The game's saying 13 laps for softs and 20 for mediums. So if there's a lap 1 safety car, you can do soft medium to the end, or medium soft to the end. You're going to be dying at the end of both stints, but it is possible.
Right.
And again, with the hards being useless tires, literally 8/10 slower than the mediums, and about 1.3, 1.2 slower than the softs, it's really just not worth using the hards, no matter what happens to your race.
I mean, it doesn't... I don't seem to be able to warm the tyres up enough around this
that's gotta
track.
be your pressures.
To be perfectly honest, I just... whatever I use, have set them out when I copy them. When I copy your setups. I do remember, like, last year's game, I used to take the pressure out of all the tyres. I used to maximise my grip.
Last game.
Yeah, so that was so much
This
easier.
game you want to run as high pressures as possible.
Yeah, that still gets me on some things. Like, obviously, your wing setups for wet and dry last year compared to this year, it's crackers, but there we go.
I haven't actually changed my setups from wet to dry.
Really?
I just suffer.
Wow. So
Unless it's obviously for a wet race.
Yeah, so only 2 drivers making it through on the mediums. That being Pot Stuff and Tree Slayer, so especially fair play to Pot Stuff. They're only 3.5 tenths slower than the soft runner in P1. So
Tree Slayer is, on delta-wise, only 600ths off pole, if we're ignoring the medium to soft delta that he has, and over the other person who was through on the mediums, like, genuinely can't remember, even though it was 5 seconds ago. They're a tenth faster than pole. Exactly, so expect Botstov to be, fighting for pole, and expect, my short-term memory is horrid. Just expect, the 2 medium runners to be much further up than they were in the Q2. Straight away, Liam, again, straight away out of the pits. Also simultaneously, I'm pretty sure it is Senna, also out of the pits straight away. Menace Max out of the pits as well, along with his teammate of Tango.
Oh, everyone's coming out now. Wow.
Cowie's out as well, I'm pretty sure, unless that's Pot Stuff. That's Pot Stuff. So, McLaren coming out as well of Tommy. So everyone's coming out very early. Maybe doing 2 flying laps on this first set of softs, and then using the free set that you get for making it into Q3 for the final run.
Right.
Because the thing is, you have enough time to do 2 flyers on this first run, technically.
Yeah, with
a flyer, a cool down, a push, and then come back in and do just a single push at the end. So we're just gonna see who does that. Because if you see their fuel light flashing at the end of their flying lap, of their first flyer, they're not doing that because they won't have enough fuel. That's almost a guarantee. But we're gonna see who's sacrificing maybe this first run to get a good delta for the second run. So even those who invalidate are still gonna be in a really good position because again, this track's just about having your foot in, having your eye in, as we were saying in Q1. As Senna's going to start his lap now. Do you want to commentate over it?
Yeah, no problem. So he's just starting that there now. Coming down to this tight turn 1, taking a lot of curb. Slowing it right down for this big right-hander of turn 2. Going slightly uphill. Accelerate for this first chicane. Really getting the first part right so you don't accelerate into the wall. Tucking it to the right for this second chicane there. You can lose a lot of traction because it's just slightly off camber. Don't throttle down too much because you're going to hit that wall to the right on this second DRS zone. Getting down for the second chicane here. Not again, you want that good exit up this slight incline. Now you pick your braking point here to the hairpin, taking it right down to second gear. You've gone a little wider than some. You go too wide and you enter that wall on the left. But you straighten the car up and you're flat out now with a slight little kink here, but you're flat out. Now you start manoeuvring it to the left. Oh, just after the 50 metre board, just the 50 metre board, bravely through the final chicane, not hitting the wall of champions. Very quick lap here, but 1:09.1. That's a fantastic benchmark there from Senna. So let's see if he'll have his cool down lap. As Liam, his banker, is over a second from Senna. Great stuff there from Senna. Tango now, he's going to come across the line. His first lap, that's a second slower than Senna as well. So Senna putting his fresh tyres on, you've got to feel, and putting that first time in. Oh, it doesn't matter what tyres you've got on, he's already
over absolutely everyone in Sector 1. Slayer doing a 0.6, Liam doing a 0.6, Tango doing a 0.5. And he's done a 0.1 in Sector 1. So Sector 1 alone, he's got a 4/10 advantage. But now on their second runs, everyone's doing 0.2s to the first sector. He's still faster through Sector 1, but not by as much. As Teresa has also invalidated this lap as well. He's on for the second time.
Got a car going slow on the back straight. Senna, he's got Liam right behind him. Hopefully he can get into the pits. So Senna straight in the pits, Liam's into the pits. Tracy has invalidated, but he's going for another run. And that's going to be Pot Stuff next. Pot Stuff, oh, he may just clip that wall of champions, but he hasn't invalidated. Come very close, so there you go. Pot Stuff 2/10 off Senna. Well, yeah, like you said, mate, expect him to be up there. And after his first run, there's only four or five drivers now put times in, but look, he's 2/10 ahead of Menace Max. Well done there. Cowie, he's coming through next. Again, brushing it really close to that wall of champions, keeping it as far right as he can. And Cowie goes P3 ahead of Max. There, Senna, 2/10 ahead so far. Great first run from him. Argentina now.
Advantage in Sector 1 over all the ballot laps we've seen so far. It's such a huge advantage, and it's all in Sector 1. But someone to note out for is Treeslow, who's on probably his third lap on his tyres actually.
Yeah.
And he's looking for P2 at the moment on this run, depending on his Sector 3.
He goes through that final chicane, smooth as you like. Doesn't over-rev that car at all.
And he actually goes, yeah. I said he was looking for P2, he finds P1.
Yeah.
And the thing is, his fuel light's still not flashing. So he's still got a decent amount of fuel left in the car, so expect him to go even faster in the final run on completely fresh softs. But we're going to see everyone coming in now. Sweet's gone out right now, actually. So, depending, Treesler could play a team game here. Maybe try and tow Sweet on his flyer, but the only thing is, Treesler, he's got to be thinking about when is he coming into the pits, he has to slow down a lot as well to be able to give that toast to his teammate. And now his fuel light actually starts flashing, so he won't actually be able to do that and get back to the pits in time, so there goes that out the window.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to meet. So Tommy now, he's going to complete his first time lap of this session, and he's P5 with a 109.4.
Max by, what, 0.14?
Yeah.
So, you know, the tables are completely turned from Q1, where Max seemed to be completely ahead of Tommy, but now Tommy's a tenth and a bit off on Max. I know this probably isn't their peak lap times that they've both been doing, but in the session where it counts, Tommy seems to have the edge.
Right, so we'll have a look at Sweet MJP. Like you say, he comes straight out, so he's really the only, well, he is the only driver on a lap. So we'll have a look at him now. So he's through the first couple of corners, up that little embankment there, drop it down for this first chicane. Again, keep it out that wall. DHL, then will send, that wall will send you home in bits. Again, just, I think he's just wanting that time on the board, not pushing it too hard through these chicanes. DRS, another bridge, you're breaking it. And Invalidate's coming through,
nice
8 and 9.
Part, but
it was.
Just when you go over the curb, you just get pushed out wide and the front end just says no.
Right, so we've got Liam back out.
Argentina back out.
Yeah,
Argentina's first one, but I'm expecting to see a lot of them either be burning fuel on this outlap, so completely revving out their engine. You know, just getting as little fuel in the car as possible, actually heating up the engine, because that's actually such a vital part of the quali lap on this year's game. Having an up to temperature engine at the start of it. So we're going to be seeing, you know, no one actually revving out their engines, so we're expecting to see everyone try and put in 2 flying laps. The Sweet's going for another lap on this same set without coming back in, so it'll be interesting.
We'll keep an eye on that. I'm going to keep on board with Irish.
Yeah,
and I've just noticed Bradfield slagging us off in the comments, so what am I not doing? Right, no, I did read
it again instead of 1.
Bradfield did the... Oh, where's the... Oh. Scooby Stoo's asking where the pole is. Well, Jake Wilson sorts out the pole because he's the one who has access to the PBE. Oh, there goes Argentina, hit that wall there, coming out of turn 4.
It doesn't look like it, but we all know not to trust what the game looks like. Yeah,
oh yeah,
horribly.
He was did, didn't he?
Horribly. He definitely lost something when he hit the wall. You don't turn in that much and just not turn. Yeah, he's definitely got wing damage now. Yeah, he's got to be staying out of Liam's way as he comes from his wire. Potts should also move out of Liam's way as he does. Liam's 7 tenths up at the moment on his PB, so we'll be looking at 0.5 for him. So at the moment that's looking for P6, just ahead of Max, who's 3 tenths up on his time, almost 4. So he'll be looking to challenge for pole, depending on his sector 3. The thing is, we're expecting a lot of these drivers to have another flying lap between now and the end of the session, so...
Yeah, only 2 minutes left, so there's a little bit of time to go. We've got a yellow flag for Argentina's out. He lost it at the hairpin. His Menace Max goes P1.
That's exactly what we're saying. Tommy in the pits, is he not coming out? Or is he waiting till the last minute to do his? That'll be an interesting one to see.
Tree Slayer. Gotta go.
Tree Slayer, Punch, Kenyon Ballard. So Tango's going to be next across the line. He's 3 tenths up at the moment on his lap, but at the moment that wouldn't even get him up into P7 and would just consolidate the P8 over Sweet. I don't think Tommy's going back out.
He's cutting it short again. Yellow flags coming up, so I kind of see how long is left. 1.5 minutes? No, by the time he gets out the pits and around, I think he's not going to have enough time. Unless, well, he needs to go right now, doesn't he?
And he's not coming out right now, so...
And there you go as well.
Unless we have the timing glitch, but I doubt it.
I think you're batting up near 1,000 as Tommy says, nah, he's done. So, yeah, you're knocking them out the park here. You said to watch out for pot stuff and treats.
8.7.
You said to what? This is what I was just about to say. You called it in Q2. Watch out for the 2 medium runners at the end of Q3, and there they are. Look at that. Pot stuff. An 8.7. What's it? 2.2 seconds.
That's actually got me shot. on 8.7.
Yeah, I didn't actually think we'd see an 8 to be fair. That's why I called 9s.
High
Yeah.
8.9. Well,
No.
let's watch out for everyone else on the lap.
Right, so yeah, times
Sector 1. He's actually up in Sector 1, Max. So
Tango crosses the line. He started his last lap. He needs to get it done. Sweet MJP, he's on his way through. So it's going to be Cowie next, isn't it? Cowie through the final chicane. Has he got it? He's not,
no,
He hasn't. So he's going to cross the line. Oh, he's just made it. He's just made it in time. Right now, checker flag's gone. There you go. So we're looking at Menace Max. He's going to be next through.
He's down. He's not doing it.
He's down, yeah.
Senna's down in Sector 1. Liam's down, but only by a little bit. So as he comes through the final chicane, he absolutely flies it through there.
Got nothing to lose. Liam, can he move it? Yeah, Liam goes up to P3, so 3/10 he was up nearly there. Tree Slayer's going to start P4. Senna, he's come around the hairpin. There's a Tango next. There's a Sweet MJP next. Sweet MJP, where can he put it? He's going to be in the 9-2. He puts it up P3. Bloody hell, look at how close these times are, man.
2/10 up on his lap as well.
So Tango now, where can he put it? He's going to be up
Tango
in P2.
Goes P2. Howie last one now. He was 2/10 up at the end of middle sector. So we're looking at point 2, which would still only put in P8. Which is crazy to think.
He's invalidated it. So Potstuff
anyway.
is going to pick up his first pole.
I'm pretty sure he's done an 8.8 Cowie as well. That's the worst part. On his steering wheel it says he's done an 8.8. 8.884. Let's see what that is if we go into race director. He's done an 8.884. That would have been enough for P2. And he invalidated at the final chicane. So that literally shows how tight this is. You make an invalidation, you make a small mistake, you literally cost yourself 6-7 places.
There we go, as we can see at the bottom there, lap 5 from Cowie an 8.8, but unfortunately invalidated. He's not going to be up there, but yeah, who's that? Menace Max saying cracking lap from Potstuff. Absolutely, he's there. He's dropped me jaw, shall we say. You remember the old classic cartoons of the and the jaw hitting the floor from 3 feet? No, he's definitely done that. Great lap. Did not expect.
Can we just say, Senna was what, top of Q3 for about half the session, if not more. He's only starting P6. This just shows how tight this is. Like, it's actually got me shocked. This is not. I don't have words.
Yeah, absolutely. Every week, a driver will just come out of nowhere. Like I said about Starbus before, but today it's his teammate who's like, whoa, just captured everyone's attention today. Let's hope you can translate that into the race. I mean, people have got to be so aware and so patient going through the first turn, and at that short little run up into turn 1. It reminds me a lot like Singapore, where you've just got no room. So the guys in the middle of the pack have really got to be aware. We're going to have a look, and I don't expect to see it.
Hot Stuff is on pole on the mediums.
Wow.
We've forgot, and Teresa is in P7 on the mediums as well. So, I mean, if Potstuff can literally keep Tango behind him for a lap or two, he's then going to have the tyre advantage. The only problem is DRS. But the thing is, this is a huge advantage for Potstuff, because when he goes onto those soft tyres, he'll be the one with the crazy pace advantage. I mean, I know it's only 5/10, but 5/10 around a lap time, which is what, 1:11 in races at the slowest, I'm thinking, 1:12. That is a lot for such a short track. 5/10 is crazy. As we saw, what, 5/10 was putting you outside, anyone who set a lap, I think, almost, except from, Cowie and Tommy. The entire top 7 was separated by, what, 3.5 tenths in Q3. So the pace advantage from the mediums is going to be completely different. Also, if they can get, you know, if the softs start to overheat, they're going to be useless. So what pressures these guys are running for the race is going to matter so much. And this is the thing. This is why this year's game is so different to last. Last year's game, minimum pressures literally everywhere. You did not have to think about pressures.
Yeah.
This year's game, it changes from session to session, quite literally, from compound to compound. So, you know, you might see someone running the same pressures for Q1 and Q3, but different for Q2, and different for the race. So, it's just going to be about who's most confident on what tyres. All I'm saying, watch out for Nosey in the halves. He did a similar thing in Japan, where he started from near the back, and he finished on the podium.
He did, as they're all lining up now. There we go. And it's lights out, the revving up, and it's go, go, go. And Potstuff did get a nice getaway there. Oh, and he's side by side going wheel to wheel with Tango, but Tango's taking the lead after turn one, and Potstuff has to just tuck in. So, of course, that didn't last long, but that's just the start Tango needed now. So the Ferrari is in a Mercedes sandwich there, going into turn 3 and 4, just in single file go through there. Further down the grid, everything seems to be all just tucking in nice and neatly. Starburst there, the only driver is dropping. Jake the Slayer's dropping as Ariel gets past him. Jake the Slayer has dropped to the back of the grid. So we've got drivers just taking a couple of positions there. Senna's up a couple of positions, as we see. Reserving for Irish New Potato today. In the Alpine, as Ariel is out. Ariel is already out. Yeah, he's lost it halfway along that straight there.
And Starburst has no front wing, or he's got no left hand side. So.
Yeah, so we're on board with him there now. So we're still good though, as Ariel was last. It doesn't seem to have caused the safety car. They're getting that cleared up nice and easy. So Starburst, you expect, will be into the pits. Coming through the chicane of the Wall of Champions for the first time to start lap 2. It's Tango from Potstuff from Menace Max, as we do see Plotters in the pits, Jake Slayer's in the pits, and Starburst is in the pits. There you go, Jake Wilson saying damage for the bottom 3. Already needing safety cars, you do assume. Although seeing that,
as it stands, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Mercedes do get the constructors if it stays how it is. I know it's early to call it, but you do have to be vigilant of these things.
As Liam's out, Liam's out.
That's gonna be huge. That's gonna be VSC because of where it is on the track.
Yeah,
there's always a VSC or a safety car.
That's sector 2. Yeah, that's just coming out of turn 7.
Surely Cowie has got to pit now. I'm predicting Cowie to go either medium, or the medium soft that I suggested earlier to the end. There's no way he's staying out on his softs. Yeah,
you've got to fancy it, don't you? We're on board with Cowie now, as we know he's had to start on his Q1 tyres.
They're going to be completely in tatters already. Surely he's going to get with the VSC advantage.
No, he's not. Doesn't. He's not. Ooh.
Maybe the tyre wear isn't as bad as I thought it was. Actually, no, VSC has ended already. So maybe it wasn't worthwhile for him to pit.
So yeah, maybe it's a good
Would have
call.
Saved him a few seconds, but the loss of DRS, the guys in front, would have make it horrid because of how much the DRS gains you. Speaking of DRS, no one inside the top 3 has it, and Sweet doesn't have it either. So we're already seeing gaps forming throughout the grid.
Yeah,
and
but
it's only
we're
been
on
3
board.
laps and also had a VSC.
Yeah, on board with the League 2. Ooh, champion-elect Senna. He's just took the corner wide there. He did have DRS, as Menace Max has managed to make his way into the DRS zone of Potstuff. I'm just going to quickly jump into the comments, and Ariel saying he ain't reserving anymore. Well, Jake's asking why, and I'm going to say the same thing. Why? You've had a bad day, mate. Don't let that discourage you. I'm certainly going to have you on the track again. Yeah, we've just missed that. Dylan's getting past Theo. Again, DRS is massive down that back straight, isn't it?
It's to the point where Argentina's got to get past Tree Slayer as well into turn 1. No, backs out of it, thinks better, but
we'll
sticks his nose back up the inside, so...
Yeah, just jumped on board with Argentina there, just caught the little bump. Yeah, Tree Slayer dropping a few positions there. He's on the mediums. Pot stuff after 4 laps. Got to see he's doing well.
Yeah, and he's got backward in the DRS.
Yeah, he got and he lost the position straight off to Tango into turn 1, but when you expect him to get swamped, especially now the 3 drive, he's going to be, well, he's not causing a DRS train because, like you said, he's back in with a second. So as Bradfield's out. Bradfield's out now. He lost it.
There we go. Yeah, here we go. We're going to see all the soft runners coming now.
It's a safety car now.
All the soft runners in now. Anyone that doesn't come in that started on softs is thrown away. A free stop, yeah. As you see Tango coming, Max might have to continue. Max does continue. Senna continues. Sweet comes in. Tommy in. Cowie in. Argentina in. Jake and Starburst might stay out, but since they're so far behind anyone else, they have no reason really not to.
Yeah, Theo stayed out. This is exactly what the bottom 3 wanted.
The top 7 have stayed out. I'm confused about Max and Senna, because they were inside the top 10. They're going to be on used softs already. And it's to the point where I'm saying the mediums are almost going to be faster than the softs now. So... once again, strategic blunder from someone, but this time it's by the drivers that we think had a stranglehold. As Sweet getting a pen under safety car, one of the few things you rarely ever see. But around Canada, it's crazy. Around Canada, it still happens, and that's probably not even down to driver error. That's probably just through the fast-flowing chicane in the first sector, which is always hard to take normally, whether it's a safety car or not. Yeah.
So will Max, if Max pits now, he's going to lose more.
In the middle of nowhere, he's going to come out. I'm saying P14 almost, maybe P13.
I'm just wondering, it would have been worth him just a double stack. Would he have lost as many positions?
I think he wouldn't have lost as many as if he pits now, but he still would have lost quite a few.
Yeah. I mean, Senna as well, it was his teammates there. They've stayed out again, the pair of them. So maybe he's there.
No, but Senna's teammates out.
It was Ariel who went out.
Cool for him. It was just, maybe he's just following Max, but even then that doesn't make too much sense. So I'm confused by the strategy call from the soft runners. But as Jake now comes in as well, he had no reason not to. He's probably going to go back onto the mediums as well. Probably got the stream open, so he probably hears that I am dissing those who are on the softs and changing the strategy. Also serving as 5-second time code for speeding in the pits. So, just getting that out of the way early, no reason not to, because if you serve that in an actual race scenario, it's going to cost you. Whereas you probably would have lost the place to Starburst anyway under this pit stop, so puts him back down into last, but he's on mediums. If he treats them well, he could probably do medium softs to the end. If he doesn't, he's gonna have to do medium.
Yeah. Of course,
the question is, do we see those who started on the mediums and softs now try and do the one stop? That's something that we haven't really thought about, because those who started on the mediums are going to have to drag them out to about lap 20, lap 21. Those who started on the laps, lap 13 or 14, something like that. And with the safety car, it's going to help them, as Shadows is aggressively warming the rear tyres and is spinning through the hairpin, but the pot stuff,
safety car is in, It's letting Burt Mylander there just take off. So we're on board with Max. Having a look, there you go. So pot stuff, stop warming his tyres up. Oh, has he dropped it? I think he might have dropped it and he's caught Senna out. Pot stuff has caught Max out a little bit, but they've really caught Senna out. Half a second already. That's a great, that's a good start. Although Senna and Max are closing in, obviously being on the softer compound of tyres, knows he's dropped the position to Tango. Again, that was the only position change at the safety car restart.
Yeah,
and
it's sad
all about
because you can't really make moves in turn 1 around here, and the way that the safety car restart is around Canada, because of the tight final chicane, you don't really see moves off the restart like other tracks. So, it's going to be interesting. Because now we're going to see those on the fresh mediums trying to get through the field, those who are on the used mediums that they qualified on. And we're going to see a massive pace difference, because we're thinking 4, 5, 6 laps difference. Like, doesn't sound like much, but that's going to add up. As you can see, Tango already sizing up Shadows, but Shadows using the DRS, so that's not going to happen. Tango should have turned his off. Actually, no, never mind.
He's using his
might go for moving to the final chicane.
Yeah, well, look, I'm on board with him now. No, he's backed out. Yeah.
No, you can't even go for a move into the final chicane. But he does get a great X. He's got to turn on the ERS, and he's going to go for it into turn 1. Shadow's not even defending anymore, so he knows the position's lost. Tango's already ahead before we even reach turn 1, so he's made 2 places off already from the restart. So definitely confident on his tyre choice. Definitely confident in his strategy. His pot stuff almost already has a second lead to Max. So this is exactly what I mean. Has Max maybe bottled the strategy a bit, seeing the pace that Tango now has, already up into P6 on the mediums?
Yeah, Dylan closing down on Senna. I mean, these softs now past the best, obviously. 7 laps
100%.
now. Yeah, past coming to the end of their life.
The old mediums got to be faster than the old softs. The new mediums are just going to be in a league of their own at this point, pace-wise.
Yeah, we know Tango. He's a brave driver. As we see him coming out the hairpin now, he's got Theo. Theo 7/10 ahead of him.
Japan. I saw it in Japan, and I don't even commentate. I don't even watch Div 2 usually. But we saw it in Japan. He was one of the fastest drivers out there last week. And unluckily, strategy didn't go that way. His way as 2 people get pens in the final chicane. We've only had about 5 racing laps at most, and we've already got 5 people with pens. So it really does just show this is a race of attrition. It's not a race of pure pace. There's pot stuff in the lead now, gets his pen as I'm saying that. But he does break out the DRS with that corner cut, which might make it worthwhile to an extent, but how far is that extent?
I mean, he's just about to lose it though. Yeah, so there you go. He's lost that. So now that 3 seconds is
it's back in
the way, isn't it? Oh,
yeah.
Right, he's just extended it again.
I don't think he has though. I don't think he has in time for the DRS detection point. He has the 3 split, which used to be the DRS detection, but no, he hasn't.
He hasn't. You're right. I'm looking at the wrong lane. I think I was still going off the other one.
Yeah.
Aye.
It used to be the same thing a few years ago, but now they've moved it forwards. Nosey's going for a move into the final chicane on Shadows. Shadows backs out.
Tango
does have to cut the chicane to make it though, but he won't get penalised for that.
But Shadows, Tango did. Shadows has lost another position to Tommy.
Turn 1. Yeah.
Now it's Shadows and his teammate.
Well in Argentina.
Yeah, I'm just looking on the back of Tommy there. Shadows has just moved out the way for his teammate.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Shadows knows he's only reserving. He's a gentleman. He's not going to hold people up. This is another yellow flag. Sector 2.
Senna backwards.
Senna, there he is.
Mediums. This is exactly what I mean. These softs are completely gone off. The rear traction is what dies first. You don't feel the loss of front end. I did race trim practice for yesterday. You don't feel the fronts go, but you do feel the rears. And that's the problem around here. As he spins again,
there you go. Ooh.
It just shows the overheating, and once you lose the rears once, you're just screwed, because you're not getting those temps down because of the nature of this track. So we're going to see him pit probably onto, sadly, the hards at this point if he wants to go to the end. And as I said earlier, hards are 8/10, almost 9/10 a lap slower than mediums. And at a track around a track like this, 9/10, 1.3 seconds is huge as Tommy goes for a move into turn 1 on Nosey. They're side by side at the moment, actually, on the exit turn 2. But Tommy gets the better exit using the ERS. Dylan and Tango, everyone. But Menace Max in the top 4 having a pen already, and we're not even halfway through the race. We're not even a third of the way through. This is exactly what I mean by a race of attrition is Argentina and Plotters. Or sorry, Argentina and Starburst going side by side.
Yeah, Plotters
well,
Cowie and Nosey there, yeah. Having a look at that battle there now. Nosey right up the gearbox. So he has the DRS detection point, isn't it? No, that's the sector 3.
Yeah. Move that's almost guaranteed. Truce there on Shatters, you know, old versus new mediums, DRS and 50% ERS advantage versus no DRS and obviously less than 50%. And the negative is Shatters is already flashing, so that's going to just entice everyone behind him who can see that to go for the move on him.
See, Priestley gets the move done, obviously gets DRS on the second part.
Max
and Dylan, yeah. They're going at it there through turns 1 and 2. Max just held it though. But just shows you how quick Dylan's closed in on Max now that the
Tango going for a move. No. It's a bit of a lunge.
Oh, it is a bit, isn't it?
The place here, you'll probably be told to give it back. I mean,
as Liam says, he's so stupid.
He did send it from miles back, but you know he made the move work. He probably won't get in trouble for that, but it was a questionable move. He's really missed the apex by quite a bit, but I won't comment too much, otherwise I might get told off for having bias. I don't, but you never know. Well, this time around, Sweet's going to get past Shatters. Last lap it was Tracer, his teammate. This lap it's going to be Sweet. Maybe not into the chicane, but definitely on the exit, if we're saying that. But
Tommy and Cowie both looking to threaten Theo.
Pot stuff in the pits.
There we go, into the pits. First medium tyre runner, and from the lead.
Committed to the 2-stop. I was getting scared there for a second because I'm forgetting that, you know, the game recommends medium, soft, medium, not medium, soft, soft. So I was thinking he had wing damage there for a second, but as Cowie's out.
Cowie's out. There he is. We'll just see his car there. Oh, there's a safety car.
That's painful for pot stuff. Because he's got to get undercut by what? Max is going to pit 100% off his softs. He's probably going to come out ahead of pot stuff. Anyone that's on mediums now can get. Anyone that goes onto mediums now can make them go to the end. They will be blowing up at the end, but mediums can now go to the end.
So just seeing Cowie's car disappear there, coming off turn 2. So easy to lose traction there, but yeah, totally. Pot stuff's got to be kicking himself now. Having to adhere to this delta.
He's done nothing wrong on the strategy call. This is, you know, perfect lap to pit him for medium, soft, medium, if I remember correctly. And this is the thing. Now, does Tango have to stay out this time? Yeah, he does. As Max comes in, Dylan comes in, Tommy comes in, Theo comes in, Nosey stays out, Treestair stays out. Nosey starting on the mediums is still staying out. That's interesting. As majority of the field, Argentina stays up. Majority of the field comes in. And now it's just time to see how much does pot stuff lose by picking that one up earlier.
Max pitting for the mediums.
Get him 100%.
Dylan's pitted for softs. Theo's pitted for softs. Yeah.
He's lost out to Max by no fault of his own.
Yeah, just that. Having to adhere to the delta, isn't it? So
that's the problem, because the time he lost, and you know, Max gained by hitting under the delta whilst pot stuff didn't. Although it's close, he's lost the free place, and that's going to mean a lot, because we're thinking Tango has to pit again. He's going to go long. He's going to go soft towards the end. He's going to be able to attack at the end. Max, you know, he's now the leader of everyone who does not have to pit again. So it's an interesting one. This is definitely not what I'd expect from a Canada race, which is usually a bulk standard medium, soft medium, but there's a lot of safety cars today.
In theory, Max could go all the way at the end, couldn't he? 21 laps.
Anyone who's on mediums or hards now can go to the end.
Fresh, so Max could go at the end. Oh yeah, see, pot stuff. Sorry, not pot stuff. Starburst. He's put on a set of hards.
Yeah, that's exactly why I said hards, because I saw that. In theory, the game thinks hards can go 25. Nosey comes in now. That's yeah. And Jake as well coming in now. They've completely thrown away this.
Yeah,
They're going to lose
Jake.
so much time as they were stuck behind the safety car for most of that. And obviously going softs, those won't make it to the end. Jake going mediums, those might just go to the end considering they're used. So, again, it's...
Soft for nosy, isn't it?
Everyone who's gone softs now is going to have to hit again for softs later. So they really do have to get a move on through the field, but you'd think this is just giving Menace Max the win to an extent. Because what he's P4, doesn't have to pit again. This might have also given
Tommy a podium.
P2.
Yeah, and Sweet MJP. And if Starburst,
the only thing is, actually no. Tommy and Max have some of the future not have a pen. You know, for a track that's usually boring and dictated by pens, we're seeing the net probably P1 and 2 without pens. So, that's why you never judge a track before you race here. So, my bad, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I will have my apologies tomorrow by taking out links. I mean, what? I never said that.
Right, is safety car in this lap? It should be. I've never seen anything come up. Yeah, it must have came up.
Yeah,
I must have blinked and missed it. As you see, Burt Mile had taken off there. So Tango now, he's going to get one that way.
He's going way slower than we saw from the old safety car restart. He's sitting up like 20 miles an hour slower. He's gone already.
He's gone already.
He's completely caught Treeslayer out. You know, Theo as well getting caught out. Everyone behind Theo having a horrid restart. Treeslayer getting another pen. Potsoff getting another pen as well. So the cold softs, just the cold tyres, just not having the grip they expected, or maybe having too much grip.
9 tenths.
Potsoff understeering horribly in turn 1 though, so I'm starting to suspect for him at least it's cold tyres.
Yeah, but what a start there from Tango, getting 9 tenths. There you go, he's already broke the second mark from Treeslayer. As Sweet MGP picks up another penalty.
Max has just got to be thinking about getting through and making it a Merc 1-2 on track at the moment, and then you know, almost being a rear gunner for his teammate. Because we have to remember, Tango has to pit again, because those mediums will not make it to the end.
Yeah.
And we're saying softs at most can do 13, so the earliest we'll see him in is lap 22, but we're more likely to see him in around lap 25. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what they do on the strategy call. Senna gets through past Nolsey. But never mind, Nolsey gets him back to track.
Gets him back,
so. Never mind.
So, come to the end of lap 16. Halfway through this race now.
This could be interesting on the exit of the chicane.
Yeah, on board with Argentina.
Already having such low amounts of ERS.
Looking for a make a move on Treeslayer, is he? No, he's just going to bide his time. Look for an inside line to turn 2. May have just touched his front wing off Treeslayer's back tyre there. But just backs out, slots him behind. Yeah. Again, this left-hander, you lose the slightest bit of traction, mucks you up for the exit. No, obviously no DRS yet.
This is the advantage finally of the tyres coming through into
as you're seeing.
The thing is, they're still going to drag race down to Middlesex chicane. But no, that's Lotus does clip Starburst front wing, but that's Starburst. You won't get penalised for that because Starburst isn't significantly wrong side.
There's an Aussie down the inside of the hairpin. Oh, wrong way. There he is. The Haas. Of course, giving each other room.
Starburst doesn't seem to understand that he shouldn't be racing these guys because they still have to pit again. He needs to, you know, just be trying to stick with them in their DRS if possible and just saving that battery for later when they come back through on the fresh softs at the end. Because fighting them now is not going to do anything. And this left him on 25% battery. And we've just hit half race distance. And he's not pitting again. There's Trees there. I'm thinking maybe his wing damage now because the understeer is having now. Maybe he's just struggling. But Max is going to be absolutely pot stuff up the inside of Max.
Yeah, just dumped on board that.
This is really starting a massive train. Is Argentina?
I don't
know oversteer or what, but
yes, Tommy
exactly
Dillon.
What I mean. the train was literally
three positions. He's lost
the
there
entire
4.
the top 12 is all in this train, from P2 down to P12. They're all in this DRS train.
Unfortunately, Argentina's had a nightmare couple of sectors there, and he's now out the point, unfortunately. Collecting a lot of grass.
Overheating rears. Once they go, they're gone. Because the nature of the track, you can't cool them back down. As sweet 0% ERS is going to have no pace. This is going to really entice plotters to go for it into turn 1 on him. He's still flashing the exit of the chicane, so yeah, sweet. One rule: never go below 10% on the ERS.
Nosy into the pits.
Tucks in. Nosy's in the pits. That's surely got to be wing damage. Yeah, it is, sadly. And he goes mediums to the end, so that's his race over, and this is a late safety car. As finally Max actually did get past Tree Slayer here. But the question is, does Tree Slayer now just try and stick with Max? Or does he perhaps try and go for the overtake later on?
As we can see there, Tango 14 laps now on his tyres, Tree Slayer 14 on his, so you said they're going to come in within the next,
everyone
what, 5-6 laps?
25.
Yeah.
Earliest lap 22, latest around lap 26 for anyone that has to come in.
There we go. Sweet MJP and Plotters now. Side by side, see both DRSs open there. Not two.
Yeah,
I was going to say who's
no ERS, quite literally, so.
No point battling.
Too early, and again, ERS heavy track. Irish ADHD's out.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, it spins on the inside curb. This might be what
That's a safety car
to bring him back into it, and it quite literally is.
It is.
So now we're going to see everyone that needs to pit in now. The softs, again, they'll barely go to the end, but they can make it to the end from this safety car. So we're definitely going to see everyone that has to pitting.
I mean,
those who don't, it's going to be a risk now, because majority of the field's going to come in for probably a set of softs. Those who don't, definitely a set of mediums. Those who don't have a fresh set of softs, definitely mediums. But with all the safety car drama, who knows what tyres people have left.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Q1 and Q2, they're gonna be looking at this with keen eyes, because they're probably still gonna have fresh sets of softs, whereas those who made it through to Q3 are thinking, wait, I don't have any more fresh sets of softs. What am I supposed to do here? So who knows? We're definitely gonna see Tango, Trees there, all the soft runners pit. That's a guarantee.
So we're starting with pot stuff now. As we see, Tango is in, Max is not.
Leo, Shadows, Plotters. As I'm saying, everyone on the softs and those two at the front who are on very old mediums
in the
all
come.
pitting in.
Yeah. Tommy stayed out, Sweet MJP stayed out, Senna stayed out, making his way back up into fourth.
Dylan going mediums, Teresa going soft. So
I mean, Starbuck's not
there's a
pitting.
split strategy of those who pitted. So
yeah,
those who've gone mediums now, thinking long term, thinking the softs,
definitely.
Sure, they're going to be 5/10 lap faster now, but towards the end of the race, when they're dying, they're not going to be nice to drive on at all. So we need to see Teresa, Theo, and Plotters just send their way through the field. Otherwise, we're going to see people like Tango, like Dylan, like Hot Stuff, like Shadows, making their way back past these soft runners. One last thing to add. Max and Tommy, 1-2. It just shows, even with the races they've both had, they've still ended up 1-2 with 10 laps to go, or 14 laps to go, sorry. It just shows consistency no matter what scenario they're in. They're still at the front.
It's the one thing we've noticed. Well, we noticed that about Tommy last year, consistency, and Max this season. The two of them, they are so consistent. Never ever write them two out, unless they've actually taken a wheel off the car. That's what I always say. There's a few drivers. I mean, again, even Tango now, sitting in 7th. Highest of the fresh tyre runners now, but
he's going to be so happy about this, because He's on 7 lap fresher tyres than anyone in front of him. His tyres won't go off towards the end. But the lack of penalties for Shatters and the top 2.
Yeah, as we'll have a look at the penalties.
Yeah, that is actually something we do need to have a look at, because that's going to decide the race almost.
Yeah, at the minute it's only 3 and 6 seconds, so no one's looking for any time to be removed at the end of the race at the minute, you know what I mean? So their final positions are going to be stood.
Unless someone's done something a wee bit dangerous.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, you know, all the moves, you know, they've been on edge, but they shouldn't be penalised.
No, I can't say anything.
Yeah. 100%. Like, we've seen close moves, but nothing that will be probably reported. So what we're thinking, safety car, maybe even in this lap, depending on when Knowles
could well be
the field. If he catches up, you know, soon, it'll be in this lap. If not, it will stay out for one more.
He's about to start sector 3. There you
in
go.
this lap, that's what I mean, because when the last guy catches up to the field, it comes in on the 3rd lap of it being out. If not, it will always come in on the 4th lap of it being out. So, yeah. So it was either lap 22 or lap 23 we're getting the restart.
Oh, Max has dropped it.
Yeah.
Straight through. Tommy's touched the wall, yeah.
I don't think he did, he got very close to it. But this is going to leave him under pressure to sweep. He was going to go for it in turn 1.
Oh, sweet MJP, just a little tank slap.
Tango around the outside, up the inside at turn 1. Jake getting almost forced off the track, but again, room was left in ample amounts, so...
Jake's struggling. Yeah, you can see he's under pressure there from Treeslayer now, Jake. But he just holds that P7 at the moment. But we're watching Tango because he's going to be licking his lips. He's got the hard run of Starburst. And for some reason, it looks like Starburst is losing connection. He was in AI, and then he's got the red X. So connection issues here for Starburst, and there you go. He's just ghosted. He's left the session, yeah, unfortunately. And Dylan's lost a couple of positions.
Dylan just lost traction out of that middle through the chicane, and he's paid the ultimate price of about 3-4 paces.
Yeah,
Shadows and Dio. And Blotter's trying to get past him as well, so... One person we do still have to think about is Nolsey. With all the pens through the field and the way that the DRS trains work, he could still get good points.
Oh, Tango picks up a 6th pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, another 3-second time penalty for Tango, so... The way they're driving at the minute, the top 2, Max and Tommy, could be right there again at the end.
That's going to be crucial, because if they keep the pen runners in a train with them, you know, that's only going to help out those who've, you know, got high amounts of pens. Now that they haven't, and now that majority of the pen runners, you know, Truce, they're the only one outside the DRS, but he's on softs, so he should be able to get back in. You know, Starburst DC'd car is the only... You know, outlier now for the majority of the field.
Bradfield's just left the session, but he's been out a while. Pot stuff. Oh, he picks up a 3-second pint. Yeah. He's looking on his teammate's ghost, unfortunately. But Tango right up the gearbox now with Senna. So he's going to have his is he going to get? No, he didn't get his DRS, but he's using up that battery.
Yeah, because DRS only gets activated next lap. So.
Yeah. Oh, good God, yeah. And of course, it's just coming off the safety car. So there you go, DRS is enabled.
Here's something to think about. Max having about 10% less battery than Tommy. So if Tommy can use that 10% on this lap to get back within Max's DRS, we're looking for a Tommy win. You know, the DRS around here is so powerful. Because of, you know, the 3 times you get to use it in a lap, and with the lap time being so short, you know, it's very hard to drop someone once they're in the DRS and once they have similar pace to you. Just nosy down the inside of Dylan for P13 and P14. He gets the move done around the outside. Center as well, and Trees there going side by side. Senna just has to back out.
Yeah, just getting a bit of a tank slapper again. Whereas Argentina hates Canada, he's saying.
Yeah, Canada is horrible. As we were saying earlier, it's horrible. Tommy
So,
using ERS, but yeah, he's within the DRS of Starburst disconnected car, sadly, just dropping further backwards and backwards through the field, and annoyingly, you know, what was looking for good points for Starburst is, you know, a lackluster P14 at best if we don't look at any other retirements.
but we're right on board now with Tommy. He's within half a second of Menace Max.
Yeah, good move into turn 1. Dylan just getting past the disconnected car.
And we'll go so within us a lap and a sector or so. Unfortunately, Starburst's disconnected and had dropped to the back of the field. It's a great shame for him. Again, DRS now.
I would just try and, you know, force Max's hand into wasting his battery to try and keep the track position. So that would be out of the hairpin, and into turn 1, Tommy would, you know, challenge Max but not go for the move.
I'm seeing that Max is on. We'll give the game away. Max is on 37% battery. Tommy's on 52. Is he going to use any coming up the back straight?
Tommy shouldn't use any.
Yeah, and he's
until
not.
He gets into the 90-80%. Whereas Sweet is, you know, he's being attacked by Tango, and
he's been overtaken by Tango.
Battle here, quite literally, he's not going to win that, no matter how you look at it with the ERS he didn't have. But Tango's got a horrid exit, but
he did, didn't he?
Quite literally 24% more, and with DRS there's nothing Sweet can do. So that just comes down to ERS management from Sweet being not exactly on point. This plot sets fast slack now, down in P10. Definitely, you know, advantage of the fresh softs in DRS. As now Tango's made his way up into P3. This is what we were expecting earlier. The only problem is Tango's now got the pens. For the time being, this would demote him, I'm pretty sure, down to P4 because of Senna only having 3 seconds. But he can now put pressure on Tommy to maybe.
Oh, Tango and Sweet MJP, yeah, just moved up to 9. We're seeing this board click there. So again, Senna's got to be looking for a podium now, then, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%. This is Senna's podium to lose, to be completely honest. As long as he can stay with Trueslayer and MJP, you know, this is quite literally his podium.
Tommy using a bit of battery just to close in on Menace Max. They're behind him, but he's
forces Max's hand, because the second Tango gets within these two's DRS, this is, you know, changes the game completely for Tommy, as he now has to look behind, because Tango has nothing to lose. He's not winning, he's probably not going to finish any higher than probably, what, P6? Maybe P5. So his entire job now is just to try and offset Tommy and force him into an unoptimal overtake, giving Max the advantage towards the end.
Good point there by Keza, though, and old tyres for Senna.
Yeah, exactly, that's the only problem.
Yeah, it's nothing set in stone, as we can see. Every car now is in the same sector. It just goes to show you how close these guys are in pace.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I mean, the game only says mediums can do, what, 20? According to my end. Obviously, we have had probably a safety car or two while Senna's been on these mediums, but, you know, will they make it to the end? You know, we're thinking Max and Tommy are on edge. They're going to be doing around 21 laps, as Max is now flashing. So Tommy now knows that Max is weak on battery. So he's actually going to go for a move on this lap.
So there he goes up the inside.
And this is because Tango's going to make it through wide into turn 1.
Yeah, as soon as I went to the cinematic mode.
This is exactly what I mean. Tango has forced Tommy's hand.
A double that's a double overtake from Tango. What a move into turn 1. Menace Max losing 2 positions.
Unless Tango can pull out of Tommy's DRS, he's just, you know, given Tommy such a huge advantage. Because being P2 in a DRS train is so huge. Because you get the DRS to the car in front, and the guy behind you has no advantage. So, you know, we're praising him for going and getting the race lead, but unless he pulls out of Tommy's DRS, this is, as I love to say, a strategical blunder once again from Mercedes. So, short term, it looks great, but you know, if you're thinking long term,
yeah, a double overtake for the cameras, like you say, isn't it? It's
might go for overtake of the season, you know, depending on what else gets submitted. Yeah. But once again, Tango's flashing already. So this is, yeah. Again, short-term gain, but long-term, you know, we might be seeing Tango regretting going for that move.
Yeah, like you say, such a short track, 3 DRS zones, breaking that second. I mean, what was it now? Did we say it? Yeah, 9 seconds. I mean, with a yellow flag in sector
Plotters.
1, that's for Plotters. I mean, Tango hasn't really got the opportunity. He hasn't got the opportunity to pull that kind of gap out.
Exactly. This is what I meant by this is going to be a race of attrition from lights to flag. Those who have no pens, they're going to get promoted so high up the order.
9 seconds.
Look at Nosey. Again, still has no pens. He was last at the beginning of this safety car.
Yeah.
You know, he's almost looking for to jump everyone who has pens except Senna. Actually, no, he's going to jump everyone who has pens. So he's looking at P3 at the moment because of the pen situation.
Yeah. Because I'm just looking, Tango's 9 seconds could take him down to basically P11. So that's going to put their Nosey no penalties, going to push him up into the third. Oh, exactly. It's all still to play for.
It depends on Senna's puncture. As Potstuff makes a mistake, just goes straight on at the chicane.
See, Theo's overtaking Potstuff. Did I hear you? It's 20 laps now Senna's put
so
on these medium tyres.
Now we're thinking he's going to be under Potstuff now with 12 seconds. You know, the guy with debatably the best pace going into this, you know, the best quality paces, it hasn't translated over. So if that's a pressure issue or, you know, not really understanding the difference between the racing quality car or just a lack of race pace, it's not what you would have expected considering he started on pole. I was about to say Plotters gets past Starbus, but disconnected car. Theo, however, in the hairpin, round the outside, does he get squeezed into the wall? No, he doesn't. And he's got to get superior traction, and because of Sweet's... Oh, interesting. But yeah, as I was going to say, because of Sweet's interesting, you know, always being on 0% battery, this is only going to hold him back. His refusal to save battery, which we've seen throughout the whole race, and it's just holding him back now, because in positions where he should be able to fight back, he's got literally no battery to fight back with.
He's trying to open turn 1,
but he has to back out.
Yeah, that was a disaster ready to happen if he tried to battle that through there, I think. But yeah, I think I was just about to say he's not turning that battery off, but he just has there, so maybe he's listening. But it's getting to the point now where who's got the most battery? Tree Slayer, he's on a third. Menace Max, he's on a third of the battery. Tommy's on a third of his battery. 20% for Tango, so I mean Tango's just pulling these guys along now, isn't he?
Unless we see what Nicholas Longe did in USA, Tango could try that. For those who don't know what happened in that esports race, he broke and tried to not give Yano the DRS.
Potstuff.
Tommy, but
sorry, Potstuff and Shadows. There's into the wall there, I'm afraid. Sorry about that, but no, carry on, mate. Oh God, Potstuff, he's in the pits.
Yeah, he's in the pits. He's just
so you were saying
now. Yeah, as I was saying, we might see, as Trisla is actually now in this battle, but again 9 seconds. As I was saying, we might see Tango do what we saw from Nicholas Longe in round 9 of esports. Just tactically try and not give the DRS to the guy in P2. Tommy gets the pen though. Tommy just got the pen.
Oh, I just seen that come up, yes.
So this now means Max doesn't even have to go for the move. Max can just sit in P3 now, and he gets the win. Tommy will still pick up the P2 as it stands, so that's got to be so annoying to think he's done everything right, and it's lap 33 of 35 he's picked up the pen. I think the later on into the race you pick up that pen, the more infuriating it is.
Definitely.
Unless it's on lap 1, at which point you just gotta be annoyed at yourself for the whole race. But
yeah, it's all hit.
So disheartening because
penalties.
He knows he's basically won the race if he hasn't got that. But so many people might be thinking that. You know, what could have been if we didn't have pens. But the only thing is now, Treeslayer is putting Max under pressure, forcing Max into using his battery. So for all we know, Treeslayer could, you know, affect the end results here.
As Jake wants to see the pens. There you go, mate. So it's 9 for Tango, 3 for Tommy. Max.
Both horses will jump ahead of Tango, as it stands.
Yeah, 9 for Treeslayer, 6 for Senna.
So Tango will be, what, at the moment P5, Menace Max would be P1. I'm not going to try and work everything else out, otherwise my brain's just got to blow up.
Yeah, we're predicting Nosey to be up there or thereabouts, P3 off P4.
Yeah, exactly. At worst. Sweet is just spun off the back of Theo. This is going to be huge because Sweet, as we've seen, the whole race has been ERS heavy. And now Shadows also gets the move done.
And he's battling with Nosey.
No, Nosey's going to have to back out. When you have the outside line and you're that far back, you have to back out.
But Sweet MGP tries to sneak through. Ooh, that was a debatable move there by Sweet MGP.
Yeah, no, you don't go for that move.
No. Coming into turn 1 now. He's battling. Nosey's sticking to the outside.
I don't get why Sweet's trying to battle this. There's literally no point. He's just ruining Nosey's race now. Because, again, he has 12 seconds over time penalties. When you have that many pens, as he now has 15, when you have 9 seconds or more, usually you just stop trying to race people. Because at that point you're just ruining their race, because you have nothing to gain. So, unless that was for Treeslayer's benefit, but Nosey's almost definitely...
Yeah, that's a thought jumped into my mind there, because I says, goddamn Sweet, turn your battery off.
Yeah,
I noticed that as well, yeah.
But the only thing, this is the last lap. We've completely lost focus here, so... Yeah, you know, if Treeslayer can get past Max here, you know, maybe do something to him into the final chicane, you know, Tommy could still win this to an extent, you know.
We're having a look.
As I say that, does Treeslayer go for it? No, because, you know, he's thinking, he knows he has the 9 seconds, make that 12. So... commentator's curse.
Tango is going to cross the line first, but he's going to concede that position to Tommy, and Tommy's going to concede that position to Max. So Theo's at the minute's jumping into P4. Nosey, there you go, has jumped into P3. Like we said, that's an absolutely cracking result for Nosey. You've got to say, unfortunately, Pot Stuff, Starburst, Plotters and Jake just wasn't their day.
I think that's the best Nosey could have hoped for, considering, with 10 laps to go?
Absolutely.
Or just over that, he was last. He was P14.
Yeah.
So to finish P3, this is exactly what I mean. Battle of attrition going into Canada. It's never going to be about pure pace. It's always going to be about pens. So, we've seen those with the least amount of pens quite literally being in the top 3.
Yeah, we'll see it time and time again. But yeah, and a great drive there from the guys. Well done to Nosey. I'll quickly get these 3 into the party.
Let me just start by saying, Tango and Treeslayer now out the championship battle. It is quite literally now a 2-horse race between Tommy and Max. But Max having a pretty damn good advantage, I'm pretty sure. Unless I've done my maths wrong. I'm pretty sure I haven't, though. Max now in the driving seat for the championship with, I think, around a 47-point lead over Tommy. So Max has got to be looking at this with massive open eyes, thinking this is my opportunity to win the drivers. And in the constructors, you know, they've done almost the same thing, you know. Outscoring McLaren by, well, if Plotters does keep that +1 for fastest lap, we're thinking, what, 19 to 25, 12, 27? So they've outscored them by 8, which isn't the 31 that they needed, but still that's a huge advantage with way less races to go. The championship is looking very much in Max and Mercedes' hands.
Well, I'm going to quickly get... Thank you very much for that, mate. As I quickly get guys into the party. So we've got Tommy, Max. These guys having names right at the bottom of alphabet. It's Max. There we go, get them guys in. So we'll find out later on just how accurate your predictions are there, mate. But like you've been on point all day, so God knows. But I'm sure I'll be pretty close. Okay, so we've been joined in the party by our second place finisher, Tommy. Good race for you again today, mate. So unfortunate with the penalty at the end of the day. Has that just spoiled it for you?
I can't really say that, to be fair. I mean, I was looking for a race win, but I had no expectations for today. I was completely struggling. I was tired as shit. I don't know, I didn't have any practice either, so I just grabbed a random setup and just said go for it and see what happens. So, yeah, I'm happy with P2, definitely.
I will admit, Q1, Q2 wasn't the best for you. I think you finally just managed to settle that in Q2 that you were satisfied with, and yeah, so I mean, from that, like you say, a P2, you just got to be happy. Good points, and I think that's just guaranteed. Like Sly Guys just said there, that's pretty much guaranteed a 2-horse race for the title. So you know you've got to be a bit easier, not having to look behind you for that. So like you say, good points and well done, mate. A great drive. No problem. I've seen as well the race winner, Max. Great drive, mate. A few safety cars. Had you thinking, could it be, would it not be? But got there in the end, mate. How was that for you the day?
Yeah, that was as races go, as far as they go, that was a stressful one. I'm still pretty much shaking now, honestly. That was definitely a stressful one. First of all, I just want to say big congratulations to Tommy. He wasn't the outright. He didn't have the outright pace, today, but he's just that consistent that it doesn't matter. He'll be up there no matter what. So well done. And yeah, I had to hold my nerves so much to not get that last warning with 5 laps to go. I was like, do I want to win the race or do I not? That was it. Actually, that's strict.
Oh, we said it. I mean, I said it myself. What you've just said about Tommy can apply that to yourself this season, mate. You're always there and thereabouts come the end of the race. Again, it came down to not needing. Don't pick up that penalty and you get yourself a race win. That's how close it's been the day. And again, it's just been fantastic to watch. Again, was your teammate trying to help you out? Was he trying to hinder you, kind of thing? I mean, it was so working out what you were trying to do the day. Brilliant to watch. So again, mate, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Nosy, did I say Nosy squeeze in?
I don't think
no.
he's in yet.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Here he is. Recovery drive of the day. Nosy, mate. 1 point, you were back of the pack by some 10-15 seconds, I think. But it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. And you've ended up on the podium, mate. Tell us about what was going through your head there, pal. Hello. Yeah, like I say, I mean, before the safety car, I mean, you had to make a pit stop, picking up a little bit of wing damage. So like I say, right at the... But yeah, I mean, you've got, again, I didn't want to bring it back up, but obviously you've had a few podiums and race wins earlier on. It wasn't going too well today, so I didn't want to allude to it, but there you go. Maybe I should have, because come the end of the race, like I say, back on the podium again. So again, very well done and a great drive from you. Sly Guy, no problem. Anything you would like to add, mate?
No.
No? Oh, well then. Anything from you guys? I mean, you're the ones battling it out. Anything you'd like to add, gents? No?
Nothing.
Oh, well, we've got... Well, that just gives us 2 races left of the season. It's all to play for between Max and Tommy. Who's going to pick up that league championship? Let's stick around for these last 2 weeks until it's all said and done. But guys, thank you very much once again for joining. Take care, and I believe we're back with Jake tomorrow for Champions League. So we'll see you then. Bye for now.